Stormgame. Okay, hello everyone. This is Sexy Man, Mangrusl on the Vanguard, up against Turlagh on the Celestials. Turlagh going for that chamber first by the looks of the way this Morph Core is moving. And Mangrusl going for 4 guys on gas immediately. He's overcharged as well immediately. Which does mean that this one worker is not overcharged building the barracks, which is kind of sad. You know, he could use one of these guys to build that barracks and get it done faster. Chamber is pumping out Argents. Turlagh says he's the guinea pig in this game. The standard player. He wants to call it standard player and not Argent abuser. I respect that. So the mech bay has started. As I say though, if you'd used one of the workers that was overcharged, this mech bay would be a lot further along. And here it is, the second mech bay. So I actually have seen Mangrusl do this, even in VVV. The barracks is then sold. So it's pretty cool, right? Like he's able to get 2 mech bays and then sell the barracks and have lots of money. The issue is he will have 3 Argents in his base, 2 for now. He's going to try and mitigate this with some repair micro. If he moves this Bob off of the mech bay, he can't then construct the mech bay, so that would have been a big problem. He had to keep that one worker alive. Ow. Losing a worker there is quite painful. He's going to lose another one. Very painful. And actually evacuating here with the 3 Argents, but this Hedgehog is nowhere near to be done. So this could have been another 3-4 workers lost before the Hedgehog is done. But Turlagh's trying to play it safe. He doesn't want to get caught across or caught in the middle of the opponent's main and then have to run away with 3 Argents. But this is a very unstandard build, so it makes sense that there's no read on when the Hedgehog would come out. But if you see a second mech bay, you know that they've poured so many resources that they shouldn't have. So, yeah, the reason for that is he just couldn't start his Hedgehogs on time. Especially between having his workers harassed. But here it comes. 2 Hogs. Is it a safe opening against an aggressive player? No, I wouldn't say so. From what I just saw, if I then played as the Celestial in this situation, he would have lost all of his workers before the first Hedgehog popped out. Especially since you can keep sending more than 3 Argents. You could just keep pumping Argents off of that one chamber. And then even once the first Hedgehog is out, you don't really care. You can kind of deal with that. With 3 Argents, you can kind of deal with that without losing an Argent. With 4 Argents, you can just kill the Hedgehog without losing anything, obviously.
Dimensional rift detected.
But we do have
Stormgame
2
will
mech bays
activate
now,
soon.
pumping Hedgehogs. And this is a big problem for anyone trying to take the Stormgate, so hopefully Turlagh is wise enough not to really try. There's just no way he's going to get into enough Argents to deal with this Hedgehog timing. So the first the first Stormgate will go the way of Mangrusl. So used to saying armor. But yeah, nice to get a game from Mangrusl, by the way. Thanks for this replay. And yeah, the first Stormgate could be a Faerun, and the Faerun plus this amount of Hedgehogs does pose a big problem, especially if we rebuild the barracks and get a dog. Because the dog can provide us the vision necessary to take out this array. So it is a Faerun, and we'll see what we can do here. In theory, this is a tremendous position. We've got a crazy amount of Hedgehogs for this time in the game. He's kind of looking for the 3rd base. There is a strike node on the ramp. As I say, a dog would be ideal here, but he had to sell his barracks, so he doesn't get that. Let's see if he makes the dog now. Looks like we're supply blocked. And tier 2 is what we choose. So we could, instead of the dog, use one of those drones that you send out. That can provide the high ground vision. I don't know if anybody's actually good at using them yet. Like, if you send it here, for example, will that provide enough high ground vision? Because if you put it too close, the Argents can just shoot it down. It feels like we've missed our timing here. Like, we had such a crazy amount of Hedgehogs and a Faerun. I would have just potatoed into that natural. Strike node. Or no strike node. Yeah, obviously we just don't have the dog because we sell the barracks. which is a bit sad. We'll see if there'll be a sensor drone or something, see what we do with this tier 2. We just make Vulcans now, so it looks like maybe Vulcans through the trees. Vulcans, of course, very good against Kree. Also good against Argents if they get warmed up. The issue is usually that the Argents catch the Vulcans, or dash even with the upgrade, and destroy the Vulcans before they can charge up. But they do twice the amount of damage as far as I'm aware. Oh no, the Phaeron's in the front, but is actually able to escape. But no, we then choose to run away instead of standing and fighting. Yeah, the Phaeron going down really hurts. Still, 3 Kree for a Phaeron. And we're now pushing forward with the Vulcans, but they're very slow. Let's look at their move speed 4, so much slower than everything else that's out right now. And of course, Celestials has got 2 bases and 1 Therium. 2 Luminite bases and 1 Therium. Mining happily, so we kind of need insanely good trades here as the Vanguard. Running up the ramp, there is the Kree. Getting a good shot from the Argents there for Turlagh onto the Vulcan. We're kind of growing this big ball of mech here, but where is it all going to go from here? Seems like every second that goes by is a bad second for Mangrusl. Feels like his strategy here is to hope that Turlagh just potatoes his army up this ramp into a 1 base player when he's got 2 bases. And take the worst fight imaginable. That does seem to be the strategy. He's actually got a 3rd base, which I've missed. Fully saturated already. So Turlagh playing it correctly. He doesn't need to throw this game by attacking into 10 Vulcans and a bunch of overcharged workers. He can just sit and make more economy and play it patiently. It's on Mangrusl to do something. Here come the workers. They're carrying Therium, but that doesn't mean they do more damage. I feel like they should. The extra Therium should count as a club, as a weapon. Here comes the all-in, basically. It's a bunch of workers. 5 Vulcans. 6 Vulcans, actually. That's a pretty reasonable amount of Vulcans considering the 1 base situation. Absolutely melts the Kree. And Turlagh is falling back slowly. 1 Argent even gets stunned there. And we're going for the Stormgate? Yeah, looks like we're going for the Stormgate. We are out of Therium now for Vulcans. We sell one of the mech bays. You can see there's a big hole here where the mech bay used to be. And going for the Stormgate could be something good. Could be like a Broodmother. Or the Dog Pack, I think, is tier 2, right? So Dog Pack would be great. Turlagh coming in now saying, okay, you're going at the Stormgate. I can see that on the minimap. And we get the Vile Lurker. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. He can actually shoot up here without vision. You can just use the manual attack. But we have lost our main now as the Vanguard player. We're going in for the death push. We're building a structure here so we can't get evicted from the game by losing all of our buildings. Hedgehog sieging, not really going to get that much, not even the prism sadly. Vile Lurker coming in. Turlagh turns around and says, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to fight. A lot of his Argents are still trapped because the Kree are so much faster, obviously. Dinosaur guy gets exploded. Turret also gets exploded, so there is a risk of losing all of our buildings, but we've kind of forgotten about the main there, killed all the workers. That Kree exploding, not even getting its death animation. And Vulcans are here and are posing a problem. There is 1 Saber here. But honestly, yeah, Argents are just kind of good enough against Vulcans. If you're ahead, you can kind of rely on them. Still, they're pretty close. Remember, we do have some money trickling in here from 2 base saturation. So we do have 4 Argents being produced at a time. Actually managed to squeeze out a Vulcan there. Somehow did the Mangrusl. There's 1 Bob keeping this Vulcan alive. Oh, you hate to see it. That 1 worker. Full value there, keeping that injured Vulcan alive and actually causing a bit of trouble. Sovereign's Watch is cast. More Argents are being produced, and we're kind of in that nice spot where we kill the opponent's production with more units as they're being produced. So regardless of having more money, it's getting very close. It's getting very dicey. We're rebuilding some chambers over here. Unfortunately, Celestials cannot sell their production here, so all these buildings can go down. But it's just speed is what we're lacking here. We would love to chase down these Argents and stop the production, like the units from growing into a powerful ball. Argent's coming in, focusing down that one injured Vulcan, gets it. And then running away. 4 Cabals are being produced. Now everyone tells me this unit is completely overpowered and broken, so let's see how that goes. And there's just 3 Vulcans, a Hedgehog and a Dream. These 3 prisms that were evicted from the natural are now mining long distance Therium, which is nice. Still a lot of Therium being mined in the main and natural too, only the 1 Hedgehog for anti-air. So really this game is probably a draw at worst for Turlagh, as long as there's not like a Hornet that's produced. How can Vanguard kill an Arc ship in the corner? He does still have mining though, and he's actually sending all of his workers across the map again. Cabals have cast Debilitate on all of these Vulcans, so they're shooting slower. We've got Morph Cores helping out now. This one worker needs to die. Finally he dies. Bob the Builder, they're actually providing an insane amount of healing for these Vulcans. We do have the Argent Charge upgrade now, so able to follow the injured Vulcan there and kill him, but we have a full surround of heal on the Vulcan. And yeah, just the low supply, the 14 supply Vanguard here with his 1 Vulcan. Able to cause trouble, but ultimately not being able to stop the production from Celestials. Focus firing down the workers. Arc ship is also healing in the back there somewhat. The hard-working Morph Cores doing 2 damage a hit there against the Vulcan. 8 damage against the workers, but they can heal each other, of course. Very injured Argents, all managing to get out of there. Looks like they're going to the health zone. We do have a couple of surges in terms of surging the Arc ship for more heal. So could send the Arc ship to the side, surge it, and have 4 heals ready for these Argents. And this game didn't really go the way I expected. It must be very frustrating to have like 4 units and some workers just refusing to die. Now building turrets. 1 Vulcan is still going. He's actually targeting the array. Getting up a turret as well. So denying this array. Okay, gets the healing turret up. Able to heal up that Vulcan even further. He's now rank 2, so he's got a lot more health than he's used to having. 180 more health, 20% more damage, 10% more attack speed. And this Vulcan is still here. He's now rank 3. He's a god amongst men. Look at this. He's taking out the OP balls. He's under debilitate, but he's got an extra 30% damage and 15% attack speed. Focus firing the healing turret now, saying, okay, once that turret's down, we can finally actually do permanent damage to this Vulcan, who is just here mowing down the world. 1 Vulcan and a Dream. Even the worker now getting a... Dimensional rift detected. Oh no. A Stormgame. Even the worker getting a rank 3. We do need to kill that 1 worker, I think. Moving away, but he finally, question mark, finally goes down. And that MSRM GG timing, also apparently the Mangrusl GG timing. Just 1 very tanky unit and a Dream. Almost stealing the win out from under Turlagh's nose, but Turlagh doing well. Keeping alive in a stressful situation where you just don't expect the Vulcans to survive that long. But they did, and they almost took the game from him. Good God. Yeah. Nice. Alright, well that was a very fun one. Thanks Turlagh for sending me this Mangrusl replay. Well played to both players, and like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.